the show where the game comes alive. Breaking down the plays, we keep the spirit high. From the field to the mic with passion and flair. It's the Play Action Podcast, your ultimate fanfare.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Play Action Podcast. We got Brandon here. We got my co-host Colin.
Talk about it.
What's going on, man? We just here. Check it out. We got a couple topics we want to go over across. Colin, you can lead us off and start us off with it.
Yeah, I want to talk about these ESPN best starting lineups. We got some players that just got signed. WNBA, they're talking about holding out, which I think is crazy. Venus made a return, and then also we got some hot takes. Beal to the Clippers, Marcus Smart to the Lakers. Let's get into it in terms of these ESPN best starting lineups. I know you are a Ravens fan. Your team is at number one as the best starting lineup. You feel that's justified? Are you happy about it? You're not happy about it? Talk to me.
I mean, we got the best quarterback, my MVP personally. So and we got arguably one of the best running backs as well. Now, receiving core, we just added my boy LaJohntay Webster from Colorado from the Buffs. So I'm really excited about that one. We got a couple other players back there in the wide receiver core. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If I had to really pick a starting set situation and who has the best lineup, I'm going with the Super Bowl champions. That wide receiver core, they got two number ones, two legit number ones, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. And then the reigning Madden cover, Saquon Barkley and Jalen. Yeah, exactly. So, I'm rocking with the Ravens. The Ravens is number one. So, I'm okay with that. But the realistic side of me has to be honest and give credit where credit is due. The reigning Super Bowl champions, they have the better roster to me. But that's just my personal opinion. How you feel, Colin?
I agree 100%. I think the Eagles by far have the best roster. I mean, you got Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. Say what you want to say about him. He's a top 10 quarterback or not, but he's productive. Saquon Barkley,
he's a winner.
Turtle, right? One of my favorite receivers, A.J. Brown. I just like the way he plays. I like the aggression he plays with. He's also big, strong, fast. Devontae Smith, Heisman winner as a wide receiver. They're really stacked from top to bottom, and on the defense side of the ball, Jalen Carter is a man amongst boys, and you can talk all you want. I'm fine with the Eagles being number two. I think Baltimore has a case for number one, but I think Eagles really should be it. My biggest issue is actually down the list a little further. Cowboy fans. I'm a Giants fan, so of course I'm not a fan of the Cowboys, but my team is terrible, and we're down in the 20s where we deserve to be, late 20s. The Cowboys are 18. I know Dak Prescott has not been what he usually is, but he's coming back off the injury, and he usually bounces back pretty strong after injury. They got CeeDee Lamb, top-paid wide receiver. You got George Pickens, who was the number one receiver there in Pittsburgh, who granted that he wants money, but I think he is going to be a monster in this offense. I think that the fact that the Cowboys are 18 and the Cardinals are 17 is baffling to me. I like Kyler Murray too, but he's going to throw to Marvin Harrison Jr., who wasn't the best rookie wide receiver out there. I think that was Malik Neighbors or Brian Thomas, whoever you want. You got Trey McBride, the tight end. With John Connor, I think is your running back. And I like John Connor, sure. 5 years ago. ESPN, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just cut it out. Just find someone. Whoever made this list, fire them. Make a new list with Philly number one. I think Kansas City being number 5 is also crazy to me. But anyway, that's my biggest gripe is that I think the Cowboys, as much as I can't stand, they're way too low. When you're gonna have the Cardinals above them, who else was there? There was another team I thought was absolutely crazy to be this high. I mean, how the Bengals number 9? Now I understand you got Jamar Chase, you got T Higgins, you got Joe Burrow. That 3 should be enough to put you at least in the top half of the league. But after that, they've got nothing. They've got nothing defensively. We saw defensively they don't have a good line. how you're at number 9 again above all these other teams. Who is it? Where it is? Not the the Bucks are sitting there at number 12, which is impressive. Texans are at number 13. Packers at 14. The Bears at 15, and then the Chargers at 16. I thought the Chargers would be a little better off as well. But that's just my gripe about it. Next topic. This is a really quick one. We talked about it earlier. If Anthony Richardson loses a starting job to Daniel Jones, is he done in the NFL? Not like done in Indiana, but is he done in the NFL?
I believe he's done. If he loses the job to Daniel Jones, he's done. I have not seen this guy play quarterback more than a handful of games, 6 games, maybe.
Yeah.
And we're talking NFL and college. Like, this dude can't stay healthy. I hear things, comparisons of Cam Newton with his athleticism. If his athleticism is that off the charts, he's 23 years old, it might be time to change positions. And I'm a Ravens fan. I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. And we all remember what they said about my boy. He can't, he's not a quarterback. He didn't play wide receiver. He played running back. I believe everything that you said about my boy Lamar Jackson, it fits with Anthony Richardson. I'm sorry. I have yet to see this dude play consistent quarterback. If he loses the starting job to Daniel Jones, yeah, it might be time to pack it up. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree. I think that if Anthony Richardson loses to Daniel Jones, then he should just go the same way Terrell Pryor did. He got drafted as a quarterback too at Ohio State. Ton of potential, 6'6", fast, 4'4", 40. Switch to wide receiver, had a 1,000-yard season. I think that will be Anthony Richardson's next move. Either that or he is so muscled up, maybe he becomes a tight end. Speaking of muscled up, let's talk about T.J. Watt because he's a pretty muscled up guy. He just got signed, and everyone's going crazy. Is he worth it? Is he overpaid? Colin Cowherd thinks the Steelers put too much money into it. Other folks think that that's T.J. Watt is worth more to the Steelers than he is to any other team. What's your take on that?
Worth every penny. He is that city. The Steel City. I love Pittsburgh. Shout out Pittsburgh. Y'all treat me well when I visited. I love Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a cool football city, and T.J. Watt represents football, family football. That's what the Steelers are all about. We know that the Watts, they're getting there with the Mannings. They're just known for producing NFL talent. So I believe T.J. Watt is by far worth every penny the Steelers are paying him. But yes, they need to give him some more.
Hell no. And I love T.J. Watt. I love his brother J.J. even more. Okay, but yes, T.J. Watt is worth the money. However, they're only worth it to the Steelers because they got Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback. Okay, they made a trade for Jalen Ramsey, who I think he's still a good defensive back, but they are in such a win, and they lost George Pickens and brought in DK Metcalf as if he's an upgrade. They're in such a win now mode. They feel like they gotta pay TJ Watt, otherwise their defense is not going to be anything special. However, JJ Watt, I think he's a pretty good player, defensive player of the year with 3 times there in Houston. Phenomenal player. He's up there with some people's defensive end Mount Rushmores. How many wins did he equal? They were 8-8 all day long. How many wins did he does it? It's not anything against J.J. Watt or T.J. Watt, but that individual player is not always going to equate to a bunch of wins that the Steelers need. What the Steelers need is an influx of young talent. Okay, and the best way to look at this is you look at Philly. Philly drafts so well on defense that nobody has crazy stats like T.J. Watt does. Okay, T.J. Watt has crazy stats because he's the only great defender they got in some cases. But they draft so well. Everyone has decent stats. They don't have to pay anyone top-level money, and if they do, okay, I can let you go, and I can bring another guy in. I mean, Jalen Clark was on the bench his rookie season. He's looking like he's going to be a top 3 defensive tackle for the next 10 years. Okay? I mean, they let go of their star defensive backs. Hey, we got a couple rookies in. That's perfectly fine. because their whole defense and their whole offense, top to bottom, is solid. And we'll find out later on when it comes to, Saquon Barkley, who's coming behind him, who's coming behind A.J. Brown. But they got Devonta, who's younger than A.J. He's going to be the new number one once A.J. moves on. That's where Pittsburgh is overpaying players because they're not drafting well enough to bring talent up behind them to, be able to maybe get a bunch of draft picks for that player and pay the young guy. Or not pay the young guy, but just start the young guy and continue to draft. And again, I'm a Giants fan. I can't stand Philadelphia, but I cannot hate on your success, and I can't hate on the decisions that the front office has been making. So staying with that, TJ Watt, Micah Parsons, he wants his money. What you take, bro? Look at me. I'm sweating about this.
Dog, I believe Micah Parsons deserves all his money as well. Okay, I think he has produced like year after year. Like he's gonna get paid regardless. We know what you're going to get out of Michael Parsons when he's on the field, and this is a violent game. People do get hurt from time to time, but his production, it speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. That's why I say that.
Since he came in the league, he's been probably the most productive, pass rusher we've seen in the past few years he's been in the league. Now, as much as I said TJ should not have gotten paid that much money, not by Pittsburgh, I think Pittsburgh should have moved off him. I think Dallas needs to pay Micah Parsons. And the reason why I say they should pay him is because Jerry pays his folks. So if anyone's going to pay him, Jerry might as well pay. You paid everybody else. You held on to Randy Gregory probably 2 years longer than anyone else would have. If you stuck with Quincy Carter, no one would have. Back in the day, that's before Tony Romo, folks, for you older folks out there, for you young folks. Stuck with Tony Romo through all the injuries and the letdowns throughout the playoffs. Okay, so I think if anyone's going to pay this guy, Jerry, pay this man, and stop talking about, players that might play or might not play. Everyone, bro, we were talking about this offline. You were talking, everybody gets hurt in the NFL. It's a violent sport. You talking about car crashes, 120 times a game, 60 on offense, 60 on defense, and Micah Parsons is there to deliver that crash. Pay him for the time he's playing. That's what I think.
That's how I feel too.
Man, staying with pay. WNBA, your favorite topic, I know. So the question is this: is the WNBA as an entity being realistic with itself and wanting a higher percentage, their 9%, because of that $2.2 billion media deal by, I think it was Amazon, Disney, and NBC, I think, was part of that 2.2.
I feel like, personally, Caitlyn should get at least 2% of that. I believe Caitlyn should get, she should negotiate for the influx of audience that's brought in from her balling out of control. And you see what she said, she has a lucrative career after this at Waffle House, fist fighting certain demographic of girls. I'm sorry. Shout out my boy from the ESPN. I'm sorry I had to throw that in there. But yes. I believe the WNBA deserves, yes, they deserve some more, a bigger slice of the cut from that media deal. That is, I think we believe, like $200 million a year that they deserve a cut of it. Possibly they can start getting better salaries, but we understand that the WNBA operates at a loss. But we're going to have to get some better, understanding of these numbers, and have to be more transparent, because this $200 million a year deal moving forward, I believe they said they lost $40 million last year. Sure. So that $200 million covers that. So now we're operating a profit if that was the base moving forward. So we just need to be a little bit more transparent with the numbers. But this is America and this is business. Nobody's going to be transparent about their numbers, so they can say they're losing money. The NBA, for all we know, now we're bringing it up. The NBA might be using them as a tax write-off. So we never know. I never thought about that either. But now that we're talking about it, they lost $40 million last year on paper, but like they're getting a $200 million deal. So that I believe that we might have just opened up a can of worms. But yeah, but long answer short, I believe they deserve some more money.
I think they do. Also, I think that they're asking at the right time. Strike while the iron's hot. Okay, you just got a $2.2 billion deal. I want my money now. I'd rather ask for it now than ask for it, 5 years from now when there's a bunch of money flying around and now you're really negotiating 1% at a time when maybe you should try to get a little bit more. My only question would be if these players are really, really set on holding out. They've talked about, doing a holdout and not playing games. This isn't like a lockout. I think some fans are like, oh, yeah, the NBA did it. No, the lockout, the last two, was it 2011 and 1999, those were owner-driven lockouts to reduce players' salaries. And the NBA, I mean, they're a multi-billion-dollar franchise back then. Owners are losing a ton of money because the NBA is not going on. So the owners want to have the lockout, but at the same time, they want to resolve it quickly. With the players holding out, I hope they have a plan on how long they're going to hold out for, but at the same time, knowing that because when the NBA did its holdouts, they're competing against, the NFL, hockey, baseball was fading fast, okay, and soccer was still kind of new. The WNBA is now going against the NBA, football, baseball, soccer, MMA. MMA has been growing quite a bit. NASCAR's getting huge. And so you're going against a lot more franchises against yours. How long can you hold out for to where fans start losing interest in your league? That would be my biggest question to the players. How long can you hold out for? I mean, granted, people are going to be shooting Caitlin Clark. But outside of that, are people going to start to forget about all these other great players that the WNBA, we said last week, should be promoting them? Why are not? I mean, you should be promoting all your best players. They should be everywhere in all these commercials, banners, everywhere to try to get people to come. Hey, come watch these people because they're not just. They're not. If they're waiting for money, they're not going to be around for long. So I don't know. I think that the WNBA needs to think about this holdout. How long can you hold out for before we start losing interest?
To be honest with you, that's absolutely. I feel that is absolutely true. And then I just thought about it as you were saying. Didn't they have another league, not like another women's league recently that they just started playing in? That went like as the NBA playoffs was going in. They had like another small league. I know one girl got hurt doing that league, and the insurance policy paid her whole WNBA salary because it was like some scares about them getting hurt playing in that particular league. If the WNBA holds out, that will open doors for other leagues out here. So
Yes.
I don't know if that would be the smart thing for them. Just with this TV deal, we can't beat the exposure. Like we know Caitlin Clark, we know Angel Reese. Angel Reese is a social media darling because we see her on national television. We saw her on ESPN and everything else in college. So she built her fan base from being on television. So this TV deal that they just got, it's a major deal because they could be on television and get exposure. But if they mess up, it's possibilities they open up the doors for other people to make opportunities.
Hey, Ice Cube was trying to recruit him for the 3-on-3.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be pretty exciting to have some of these, older NBA stars with some of this younger WNBA talent, because, I mean, can you imagine Angel Reese playing with Ruben Patterson and, Rashard Lewis? I think that would be, people would want to see that, and I think they would make a lot more money. Because I want to say that the Ice Cube's, I think the 3-on-3, I think they were offering more money than WNBA was playing. But I think someone just turned it down.
I believe so.
It's not the same. So I think.
Oh yeah, they offered Caitlin. I believe they offered Caitlin like $2 or $3 million, and Caitlin Clark's getting paid like 80,000.
70,
Yeah, yeah, rookie contracts.
Exactly. So I mean, I think if they hold out too long, you're gonna have these other leagues. Yeah, because Angel Reese played in that other league too during the playoffs. She played in that league, and so I think you're right. If they hold out too long, these other leagues are gonna step up and say, hey, you can come play with us, and we'll pay you more money.
Yeah.
Like with golf, Live came and offered people a ton of money, and people defected, and it's a little different now. I don't know, man.
Now I'm just saying, you just open the door for Liv to be like, you know what? We can make a WNBA. Come on, Caitlin, we'll pay you over here. And next thing you know,
hey, PJ was upset about Liv, and now they're cool with Liv now because it's like, oh man, they're so powerful. You gotta have to yes a little bit here and there. Staying with women's sports, Venus Williams made a return to the court with a victory as the second oldest woman to win a tour level singles match. She beat a 23-year-old Peyton Stearns in straight sets. By the way, Peyton's ranked 35th. What you think?
Oh wow, I didn't know she was ranked that high. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to go look at the TV. I was confused for a second. I was like, "Is this old footage? Is that Venus?" And it was, okay. Venus is still playing. Okay, all right. I support it. Yeah, and winning. I support it. The Williams sisters. I always support the Williams sisters. And at 45, that's amazing. The talent level is still there. I don't know if she could do it for more than consecutive days, because I know how a 40-something-year-old body feels. But I give her all her respect at that pro level.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, she's the oldest person was the legendary Martina Navratilova at 47. Okay, so anyway, Venus is moving on to the next round against the number 5 seed Magdalena Fretch, who is only 27. So we'll look out for you. Big ups to Venus. Continue to represent. All right, man. We got some hot takes here. I want to know your hot takes, and there's only 2 of them, and they're pretty basic. Bradley Beal to the Clips, Marcus Smart to the Lakers. 2 of the bigger NBA franchises, definitely storied. What's your take on Beal to the Clips?
The Clippers are going to be the Clippers. It's Bradley Beal and Kawhi Leonard. I believe they're both going to collectively miss at least 50 games. Both of them together, right? I feel like they're going to combine. Yes, I believe they're going to miss combined at least 50 games. So I have zero faith in this team. Harden, no defense. Harden, zero faith in this team. So no playoffs, less than 40 wins. That's my hot take on the Clippers. Less than 40 wins. Man, Marcus Smart to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's the Clippers. I don't really have too much faith in them. They have a history of not producing. I know they're in talks of getting Chris Paul, and that could do some things, but ball hog James Harden and Chris Paul together, I don't know how that will work. So, and then the Marcus Smart, you brought it up. I believe this is a good move for the Lakers because they put some with Luka. So Luka doesn't have to play defense on the primary, ball handler. So that's a good situation. And the Lakers just got Aiden as well as a big man. So I believe the Lakers will not make the playoffs. That's my hot take on them as well. Okay. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs as well. I mean, I'm a LeBron fan. That's a possibility. LeBron might LeBron GM his way out of there. He might trade himself. So it's a situation. But what's your takes on these two situations, the Clippers and the Lakers? How you feeling about LA?
Well, okay. First off, I made a take very similar to the one I made take right now, and that was when Brooklyn got KD, Kyrie, and Harden. And my take was, I don't think they're going to be that good. I don't even think they're going to make the playoffs. And I was lambasted for those comments. Well, I'm about to say it again. Because same thing here. I don't think, what you said, you've got a 32-year-old Bradley Beal who's been averaging 50 games over the past 6 years. In other words, he's been missing 30 games a year. And also he's been around sub 35% from three, and he's known as a shooter. So if you're a aging shooter who can't shoot, I don't see that as a big ad. Harden, by the way, turns 36 next month. I'm going to leave that there. We already know he doesn't play defense. He turns 36 next month. And then finally, you got Kawhi Leonard, who, when he's healthy, he's still a top 5 player in my opinion. But he's 34 years old. He's also been averaging 50 games for the past 5 years. I think the Clippers make the playoffs because enough stars stay healthy around them. And they added Chris Paul. I think he's going to back up Harden, I think, pretty well. I think they make the playoffs off of probably 41 wins. I think they make the playoffs, barely scrape it in. Not the playoffs. They're going to make the play-in.
The play-in games.
Yeah, they'll make the play-in tournament. And will they make it out of the play-in? I don't know. Now, for the Lakers, we are on opposite sides here. Okay, Lakers with the addition of Marcus Smart, and if he comes in if he healthy, okay, and in shape, and I think he's going to come in shape because if Luka's in shape, everyone should be in shape. But Luka's healthy, he's in shape. I'm not saying defensive playing, but he's not going to fall off at the end of the games. He's not going to fall off at the end of the season. He's not going to fall off at the end of the playoffs. LeBron's going to be LeBron. He's going to be a little older, a little slower. We get that, but he's there really just to facilitate offense when he's out there. They added DeAndre Ayton. Ayton, as much as he gets, lambasted for his attitude because he's a bit, lackadaisical, right? I think if you have enough leadership around him, I don't think he's had enough leadership around him. You get leadership like LeBron James, the Marcus Smart is going to help him stay focused defensively, and he's an athlete. He's been averaging a double-double his entire time in the league. And then don't forget, we still got Austin Reeves out there. You got Rui Hachimura out there. They've got some other players. Go ahead.
What's the dude named the center? He was always beating on Shackling the Fool back in the day. The light skinned fella, JaVale McGee. That's why I feel like Aiden is right now. But no. But JaVale McGee won the championship with the Lakers.
Yeah, he did. He did. And
in the bubble.
Yeah, in the bubble.
That's what I'm saying. With leadership around him. That's what I'm saying. With LeBron around him to show him how to be a professional and to conduct himself, like I feel like this could be like a good situation for him because he's been in like Phoenix and in Portland, which don't have solid superstars or solid professionals like LeBron as a class act. Yeah. So like LeBron can tell him how to like take care of his body, prepare for the game, and be like engaged. Versus, if he got Miguel McGee to get on board, Aiden shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, and now I think
pretty much
with his offense, you said the Lakers aren't making the playoffs. Lakers are going to be a top 4 seed. They're going to be a top 4 seed behind OKC, Houston. They're going to be top 3, but definitely behind OKC and Houston. They're going to compete for the 3 seed and 4 seed with Denver and Minnesota. I see Marcus Smart being that big of an impact as a defensive stalwart there that they need, so Luka doesn't have to worry about. Then you're gonna have Marcus Smart, Luka, LeBron, and either Reeves or Hachimura and Ayton. I think that's as good a starting 5 as you're gonna find outside of when Boston's fully healthy, when OKC's fully healthy, when Denver's fully healthy. Outside of the goals, Houston, we don't know how Durant's gonna fit in yet, so I'm not gonna say. And Houston was already healthy, but I think. Besides the teams, I think the Lakers are as talented starting lineup, not their bench, starting lineup as any team in the league.
Well, I hope he proved me wrong. I'm a LeBron fan. So I hope they get, they send him off right. I don't know if this is going to be his last year, but the years are dwindling down. So I personally love to see playoff LeBron as much as I can. So I hope he does make the playoffs. But we're gonna see.
Yes,
well, I believe that will be it for the takes, right?
Yes, sir. That's all I got.
Okay. I will appreciate y'all coming. I believe this is the end of the podcast, the Play Action Podcast. Thank y'all for coming. Colin, do you have any last words you want to leave with the crowd?
I'm hoping to see some big trades from the NBA, and I also want to see. Talking about next week, I want to talk about is Shedeur Sanders going to be the guy in Cleveland?
Oh, we gonna see. Training camp starts this week, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we gonna see. We gonna see.
Yeah.
All right, well, appreciate y'all coming. Appreciate y'all coming. Appreciate y'all coming. Well, thank y'all. See y'all next week. And Kyle, I think you had something else to say.
Oh, I was gonna say, just like and subscribe, and come sign in again.
Welcome to the show where the game comes alive. Breaking down the plays, we keep the spirit high. From the field to the mic with passion and flair. It's the Play Action Podcast, your ultimate fanfare.
It's all to boys and